So I hope that you all like this video. Definitely let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you're doing. But without any further ado, let's get into it. So I know the new year was not too long ago, but it kind of feels like a lot of the things that were wrong last year are still wrong this year. You've got a lot that I can clearly see needs to be cut out. There's a lot that needs to change, and there's a lot that you've been worrying about, myself as well. But it's important for us to focus on our health and what makes us happy, and try to eradicate, mitigate, lessen all of the things that don't bring us joy and only bring us to stress, not even growth. Change is necessary for growth, but misery is not. So let me just trim that off. Cutting cords, cutting ties should always be done with the most discretion possible. Just because you can't go back. But it's not something you need to be afraid of. Sometimes things make it very obvious that they need to be gone. Sometimes things make it very apparent that they don't want to be part of your life anymore. And sometimes things are very apparent that while they do want to be around, it's toxic to have those things around. It is a hard decision to decide to cut something out, even if it's negative, because again, we can't all go back. But the future is waiting for us of anyone else. You just need to be the best version of yourself. So there's no need to compare yourself to others. They're not you. They're not on the same path as you. They're not at the same point as you. And that's okay. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with being at a different part in your journey than someone else, but be open to listen. You know, sometimes people will have gone through things close to what you have and want to give you more info, want to make sure that you don't stumble down the path like they did. And it's always the intent of that really matters. Somebody wants to help you, and even if the advice is nothing you haven't heard before, it's just nice to acknowledge the fact that people do want to help. It's not something that doesn't happen often, because there are actually a lot of really beautiful, wonderful people on this planet. But you don't see that in media as much, and you don't see that online. You hear about the bad things. You see about most of the bad things. We're all naturally drawn to weed out the negative, just like this. So, it makes sense that that's what we see, but people, a lot of people, their nature is to try to help each other, and perhaps that's why we're all here. It's just to try and help each other reach our goals and become the best version of ourselves that we can, and be happy with ourselves, content with our groups, able to transcend what we thought we'd be able to do even a couple months prior, a couple years prior. So that's always something to think about. And I will say as well, and this may be a little controversial, when somebody from a religion that does not support the same religion you do, but when they pray for you, if somebody says I'll pray for you and they do, it's good to focus more on the intent than, oh, you know, I'm not really into this. This isn't my belief system, because it's a very, very good thing that that person is taking it up with the higher power they believe in and saying, I want this person to be doing better. Please help. It's nice to just take that intent out of it and pull that positive out of something that surface level could be seen as negative. So I have met a lot of people that have been bothered by that, and I can understand why, but what we're trying to do is stay positive, and be loving and accepting and understanding, especially that last one, because understanding is even more important than love. And usually understanding leads to love. But you can love that you don't understand, can't you? So it looks like I got most of what I could see surface level. However, I am seeing some little tiny broken threads here and there all over. So I think it's about time that we go in with just this nice little pair of tweezers, and we just pull those things out. And I do want to say, as someone that has gone through a lot of meaningful change in the past couple of years, and especially 2020, it is very, very painful at times do change, but it does get better, and it is much more worth it to know that you are in a better spot where you are at right now than you were going through quite a bit even a year ago. And if you are also somebody who has had some people not really treat you right, and you're dealing with basically the guilt of having to get that person out of your life for your own well-being and safety, I know that that is incredibly difficult, but realize that if that person genuinely and truly cared about your growth as a person, it wouldn't have to be something where you forgive them for things over and over, and they would be coming to you saying sorry before you even brought it up, because that person would feel guilt and shame at what they did, and they would feel compelled, more than likely, to say something before you're even able to. Think about when you've bumped into somebody in a line. You say sorry, you say oops. That is naturally because you want that person to know that that was an accident, and that you didn't mean to, and that you know that you bothered them or hurt them, and you want to let them know, hey, I didn't mean to do that, apologies, I'll make sure that I don't accidentally bump into you now that I've realized this. And while that may be such a small thing, if you do something that you know truly hurts somebody that you love, aren't you compelled to immediately say sorry and make a correction? That is something that we need to focus on, just because that in nature, that shows a good nature, and some people don't really have a good nature, and that's okay, because genuinely they'll find people that work with them, and you'll find people that work with you, and it's good to not condemn people, because people do change, but it's very good to remember that people are not going to change because you or I say something, you or I say something to them and say, hey, you need to work on that. Some people can't take criticism, for one, but two, if somebody doesn't actually want to change and they feel that they're fine where they're at, you don't really have a right to say anything in their eyes of, hey, you know, maybe you should work on that. They think there's no problem, so why fix it? And if it comes to that point, you just got to keep it going and keep it rolling. And if they ask you for help, give it to them. You can't force somebody to make positive change for themselves, and it's good to remember that. Just because we can only change what we can change, and you can't do any more than your best. That is something very hard to remember sometimes, because if you tend to be hard on yourself, you think I should have done more, but it's always good to go into any situation doing the best that you possibly can, so you can't have that feeling later. You can't feel guilty about it because you already did your best, and that's it. All the cards are on the table, and they're gonna lay as they do. Looks like you're filling up one more here. Let me just... It's a little bit of a longer one. I hope that this has been a very relaxing environment, a very relaxing video for all of you, genuinely. And of course, it's always nice for me to make these videos. I'm not trying to wax poetic or anything, but I figure these are all a lot of things that I've had to focus on and work on in the last couple of years, so why not try and share that and help somebody fall asleep and get some nice R&R, some rest and relaxation, which we all need. And why not just give the good intent that I want things to work out for you all, and I want positive change to come in your life. well for you. But give me some recommendations of what you guys would like to see in the future in the comments if you would, please.